My name is Laurel Balistrasi. This is my daughter Charlotte. My family is me and my husband, and we're a blended family. We have 5 children total. So we have everywhere from teenagers to 5 months old. Charlotte is 3. Last spring, my husband and I went away for the weekend, and Charlotte became ill while we were gone. We came back early and took her to the doctor, and we were told that she had strep throat. Took her home and went on about our business, and unfortunately for the next month she progressively got worse and worse. We ended up in the emergency room. She was immediately, when we brought her in, they looked at her, took her straight to ICU, and it was like a whirlwind. We went from something's wrong, she has strep throat, to she's in ICU and in full-on heart failure. It wasn't later that day. They said it's probably cancer, it's probably leukemia. Thankfully she made it through, and and then we went from there with the diagnosis, and then of course from there you start treatment. Well, she's still on chemo. She's been on chemo from the beginning, and she will be on chemo for another couple of years. She's been put under anesthesia, I couldn't even tell you how many times, probably 60, 70, 80 times in the last year. It's kind of, when you say it out loud, it sounds like, oh my God, that's horrible, but we get so used to it that that's just our routine. It's what we go through on a regular basis. When I had Charlotte, I was just so excited. I was excited to be a mother, and I never really had any fears about something like this happening to one of my kids. I think it's one of those things that, like, you try not to even imagine with your children. You just expect that your kids are going to be healthy and they're not going to face these challenges. And she went to daycare when she was young. All of our kids went to school and daycare and things like that. And then when she was diagnosed, our whole family dynamic changed. I stopped working. We became a 1-income household versus a 2-income household. We actually had to move and downsize. It took almost 6 months for us to get help with her prescription costs and coverage, and we basically wiped out our everything that we had the first few months of it, and it just really kind of threw everything off. What I would say to someone who is at the beginning of this or just walking into this is you're still going to have those days and those moments when you feel like you can't do it. You will. You'd be amazed at what you can pull out of yourself, and it definitely makes you realize that the time spent with your children and the energy put into your children and how important it is. When you sit there and face, I don't know if my child's going to make it through the day and I might lose them. You think back on all the times that you say you're too busy to play with them, or you're going to work and you're not there as much as you wish you were. And definitely, even if you don't have a child going through this, just be grateful and don't be too busy to spend time with them or to take advantage of, the good days when they're happy and they want to play. Because, you may end up with a child who doesn't want to play for a long time because they don't feel well.
I'll be the one to keep you warm. I'll take you in out of the storm. When you can't stand, I'll stand up for